Now, back in the early 90s, specialty hardware was used to get smooth graphics on early machines. Things like the NES, Genesis, and Game Boy had custom hardware that was built into the form factor that was allowed you to draw tons and tons of tiles very quickly on modern screens. Now, desktop computers at the time didn't have that much power. In fact, they didn't have any of that specialty hardware at all. Modern desktops around that time running at 33 Hz were considered top of the line. Now, one day, a young John Carmack made a demo called Dangerous Dave and Copyright Infringement, which actually showed off a Super Mario Bros. 3 level running at full 30 frames a second on desktop hardware. He showed that demo to a young John Romero, and that very day, id Software was born, the same studio that went on to actually create the first-person shooter genre with titles such as Wolfenstein, Doom, and Quake. Now, the trick that Carmack realized to get the same performance from the specialty hardware on the desktop was actually an optimization. See, these early machines weren't too good at actually copying pixels over here to over here in memory. It was actually a pretty difficult concept, especially with the bitmap colors and everything. But what they were good at was actually just copying rows of memory from different registers. So what Carmack realized was if he could use the previous frame and somehow just use mem copies to sort of shift it so that it looks like the scene is actually scrolling, then he'd be able to only have to update the small portion of the screen that changed as your character was moving. Thus was born the concept of dirty rect. Now, this is the same concept that's been used today in tons and tons of games. See, that's the trick with game industry techniques like this. They never really die, they just kind of get rebranded as technology evolves over time.